What's going on guys, Bunks here, and today I have another glitch video for you, and this comes in the form of unlimited nanites. Yep, you can get upwards of 100,000 nanites in just 15 minutes, and if you have the spare hour or so, even millions of nanites. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get stuck in. So, before we get stuck in with the glitch, I would advise you to do a couple of things. The first one of these things is to free up as much space as possible in your exosuit inventory. You can do this by using storage containers, or storing some items in your freighter, your starship, or your exocraft, or just selling some items that you're realistically not going to use in the near future. Also, the more exosuit inventory slots you have, the quicker you'll rack up the nanites, so it's best to expand your exosuit as much as possible on space stations and the anomaly if you haven't done that already. The second thing I would suggest you do is to get some items ready to transfer to other players and store this in your starship. Now, I'm using tritium because most players have this resource already, but not a full stack of it, so you're more likely to be able to transfer it to them. Now, as you can do this glitch many times, I would recommend splitting your resource stack into many smaller stacks, otherwise you're going to run out of resources to transfer to other players, and that means less nanites, and we don't want that now, do we? And finally, to get this glitch going quicker, it helps to have a good few thousand nanites to begin with, say at least 10,000. But don't worry if you don't have that many, you can always work your way up, it's just quicker if you have a few thousand to begin with. Right then, you want to make sure that you're on the anomaly and you've created an autosave when getting in and out of your starship. And once you have done that, make your way over to our good friend Iteration Ares, who is located at the back of the right hand side of the anomaly. You know, the one where you transfer milestone data in for nanites. You want to engage in a conversation with Iteration Ares and inquire about purchase and upgrade modules. And now of course, these are only basic upgrades and the highest class you can get is a B class, but that's absolutely fine. You want to go through the list of the upgrades and find the upgrade that is worth the most amount of nanites. In my case, it's 177 nanites. Now, you're going to want to buy as many of these upgrades as possible, which is where the free space in your exosuit comes in. And to buy many of the same upgrade on console, hit the left button on your D-pad and it will select the maximum amount you can buy. If you try and buy them and you get the inventory full message, don't worry, just keep selecting less of the upgrades using the D-pad until you're able to buy as many as you can fit in your exosuit. And once you have done that, your free inventory in your exosuit will be stacked full of this upgrade. Lovely. Now is the time where you want to transfer that resource you split earlier to another player. You may need to walk around the anomaly to get close enough to another player to give them the resource, and when you've managed to give them that, go ahead and reload that autosave you made earlier in the video when you got out of your ship. And whilst this is reloading, it would be totally awesome if you guys could hit those like and subscribe buttons whilst you're here. So, that autosave is reloaded. Splendid. If you've done this as I have, you will notice that your exosuit is still stacked full of that upgrade you bought just a minute ago. And you will also notice that your current nanite balance is still the same as it was before you purchased those upgrades. Great success! Now, you want to go back over to our good friend Iteration Ares and sell all of these upgrades back to them. And depending on how many free inventory slots you had in your exosuit, you can get upwards of 10,000 nanites each time you do this. Awesome, right? Now, this next step is important. Before you repeat these steps, make sure you go back to your starship in the hangar and get in and out of it again to create another autosave. Once you have done that, your new nanite balance will be locked in, and then you can repeat these same steps as many times as you like. Just make sure that you create a brand new autosave after selling the upgrades back to Iteration Ares each time. And that, folks, is how you can make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of nanites in no time at all. As always, if you found this video useful, please hit those like and subscribe buttons so you never miss out on any of my future No Man's Sky videos. Thank you for watching, and catch you next time.